This is National 9 News with Brian Naylor.
Good evening, and Bob Hawke, on his first day as Prime Minister-designate, says he'll take personal charge of ensuring the Franklin Dam won't be built. Mr Hawke says he'll lead negotiations on the dam, and if they fail, he'll use constitutional powers to prevent construction. It was a crowded day of meetings in Parliament House for the ALP leader, preparing for the transition to power.
A 14-minute visit to Government House in Canberra last night saw Mr Hawke change from Prime Minister-elect to Prime Minister-designate. Malcolm Fraser had officially resigned a few minutes earlier. Governor-General Sir Ninian Stephen officially requested Mr Hawke to form the next government of the Commonwealth of Australia. Today it was down to work at Parliament House, although he won't be sworn in as the 23rd Prime Minister until Friday, the day after caucus meets to elect the 26 members of his first ministry. Until then, Mr Hawke's concentrating on refining the shape of his government, working with the men who'll be at the heart of that first cabinet. Paul Keating, the Treasurer, Senator John Button, frontbenchers Mick and Don Grimes, and Deputy Leader Lionel Bowen. The emphasis is on careful, measured decision-making. As Mr Hawke says, there are to be no drastic changes. However, he did tell reporters he'll take personal charge of the Tasmanian dam issue. If negotiation fails to stop construction, he'll use federal constitutional powers to block funding.
In one way or the other, I want to ensure that work stops as soon as possible, certainly any work which can be environmentally disturbing.
On the question of the deficit, he's still waiting for detailed information.
I am still having discussions with people about that and other aspects of the economic situation, and frankly, I'm not in a position to make a public statement on it today.
On the first day of trading after the election of the new government, the nation's stock markets were to react calmly. Brokers referring to the incoming administration as a relatively conservative Labor government. There was no heavy selling. As Labor comes in, the Liberals move out. Crates of documents and files were ferried out of Mr Fraser's office throughout the day. And late this afternoon, the big yellow government removal vans arrived at the lodge. Mr Fraser has apparently decided to quit Parliament completely and as soon as possible. Tonight, as Mr Fraser spends what may well be his last night here at the lodge, Andrew Peacock is emerging as the front-runner to replace him as the next leader of the opposition. Peter Harvey, Canberra.
And Liberal Party members are likely to make their choice within a week. Andrew Peacock has no doubt that he has the numbers, even if John Howard does stand against him. Neither man has declared officially that he's a candidate, but both are planning to make their intentions clear at news conferences in Canberra tomorrow. While Mr Howard is expected to get the deputy leader's job, others who may compete are Ian McPhee, Michael Hodgman and Jim Carlton. The latest counting today has confirmed that the ALP will have a majority of at least 26 in the House of Representatives. 3 seats are still in doubt, all formerly held by Cabinet Ministers. John Mangos reports that there's been little progress in the Senate count, but the Democrats now seem certain to hold the balance of power.
Counting at the National Tally Room finished on Saturday night. Since then, the votes have been coming into this central electoral office on computer terminals. At the close of counting late today, Labor looks poised for a majority of between 23 and 27 seats. The count at this stage is Labor 74, Liberals 32 and National Party 16. In the old Parliament, Labor had 52 and the Coalition 73. There are still 3 doubtful seats, and there are no Democrats or Independents in the House of Representatives. The 3 undecided seats include those of former Cabinet Ministers Sir James Killen, Communications Minister Neil Brown and Science Minister David Thomson. Defence Support Minister Ian Viner and Immigration Minister John Hodges have now both lost their seats. But despite the strong majority and a healthy swing of about 3.8%, Labor will fall short of Senate control. It will have 29, possibly 30 out of 64 Senate seats. Former Liberal Senator Neville is one of 7 senators unlikely to be returned. Neville quit the Liberal Party and ran as an independent after his demotion on the Senate ticket following his recent statements about Aboriginal land rights. And former Deputy Prime Minister Jim Cairns failed in his bid to become a senator. He ran as an independent and polled almost 1,000 votes, not enough to fulfil the quota. There'll be a record of 18, possibly 20 women in the 33rd Parliament, including 3 women who'll join the trio already in the House of Representatives. The new female members are Jeanette McHugh, Helen Mayer and Wendy Phaeton.